What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television, and today we're going to be getting into Secret Invasion Episode 2, even though I know Episode 3 recently came out. With my recent news schedule that I've been trying to follow, I'm a little behind on certain things, so I appreciate the patience. Bear with us here at Tully Television, and we'll catch up on Secret Invasion with this video, and hopefully I'll be able to upload episode 3 later on today or in the next couple of days. But Secret Invasion episode 2, entitled Promises, is directed by Ali Salim. Writers Kyle Bradstreet, Brian Tucker, and Brent Engelstein. Cast is Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury, Ben Mendelsohn as Talos, Emilia Clarke as Gaia, Don Cheadle as Rhodey, Kingsley Ben-Adir as Gravix, and Charlene Woodward as Priscilla Fury, Nick's ex-wife, wife, what have you. Basically, this continues, this follows up the aftermath of the death of Maria Hill at the hands of Gravix. Her body is shipped back to America, and Fury and Maria Hill's mother basically Maria Hill's mother more has a confrontation with Nick Fury, as opposed to Nick Fury just letting a mother, do what she needs to do and yell at somebody for the death of her daughter. And Nick Fury explains how, in a way, because no one was giving the mother information about what happened, and Nick Fury finally told the mother she had passed away due to protecting the world. And the mother basically leaves it on Nick Fury to find the people who did this to her daughter and take them out, which Nick Fury was probably going to do anyway. But like I said, a grieving mother, you're just going to let them say or do whatever to you for the most part, because you're trying to be understanding of that they just lost their child in a sudden and unexpected way, especially when they're doing something for somebody else, right? And that somebody else is fine and walking around and that your kid ain't. It's a frustrating experience, I'm sure, to say the least. Then we see basically, I'm just going to hit some major points here. Gravix is starting to believe that Gaia is possibly an inside man for Talos and Fury, so to speak. He also had become General of the Skrulls in this episode via a vote through the Council. There are a couple people that are still a little bit leery about his approach to everything within the Skrull community, but for the most part, it seems like everyone's on board with him now taking over the planet, because in the beginning of this episode, you see Nick Fury promising these people, these beings, a home, and 30 years later, with these children growing up without a home world to call their own, without stability, they have become unstable. And now you got one or two sides. You either got Gravix on one side where he's like, forget these humans, we taking over, right? Or a guy at his house like, whoa, 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 whoa. Maybe Fury and Captain Marvel screwed up, but the people of the world didn't know really anything about us, and this and that. Which Nick Fury and Talos have an interesting conversation in present day. So this is why Gravix is the way he is. He was promised something for his people and him, by Fury, by S.H.I.E.L.D., by Captain Marvel, and they abandoned them. That's how he feels. That's how a lot of Skrulls feel. That's the motivation for Gravik and these band of Skrulls. We have a conversation in present day between Talos and Nick Fury on a train after the whole Maria Hill thing. And Talos basically tells Fury, yeah, there's like 1 million of us here. And Fury is like, what? 1 million? What's going on? Like, what's wrong with your reptilian brain? How there's that many people here and we don't know that? Like, and Talos is like, no one could get to you or whatever like that. He was like, no, that's a lie. You knew how to get to me. You just didn't want to get to me because you wanted your people to have a home. And he was like, we fight with each other as people. Forget about if there's another species trying to take our resources. We're killing each other for resources. Forget about a third party coming in that, like, the two human groups are going to team up and go after you now first, and then try to divvy up later themselves. And that's how it goes. People are really dangerous when they team up. And you have many different minds to figure out how to take you out. Someone's going to figure it out. You know what I mean? And that's why the Skrulls have to walk around in subterfuge and deception and, secretly invade, right? Because they know 1 million Skrulls against closer to maybe 9 billion people. Give or take a couple 100 million at this point. They're outnumbered, out-resourced, out everything. They'll be extinct. There's people now, the Union Jack 2 is under the thing of, the only good Skrull is a dead Skrull, alright? That's how, I used to hear that back in the day when people would talk about the Vietnam War. The only good Viet Cong is... I'm not going to finish it because I don't personally feel that way, obviously. Death is a serious subject. But that's how some people are feeling about the Skrulls right now. The only good Skrull is a dead Skrull. And so that's kind of like Nick Fury's point. Like, you wanted your people here because you wanted to have a home for them, but now you kind of unexpectedly or not caringly created a situation that could be very explosive. And Talos is upset at Nick too because he was like, you promised us, you abandoned us, and hell, I'm even mad at you, but I'm still trying to figure these things out with you. Fury, come on. And at this point, Nick Fury is so upset. He's like, they pulled into the train station, and he's like, matter of fact, this is your stop. This is your stop. You get off. You go there, I'll go here. All right? You got it? And how Nick Fury found out about this was he did a backstory of how him and his mama would take train trips. And being that Nick Fury grew up in a time of segregation and stuff, they used to have to take separate trains and stuff. And in order for him not to feel that outcast feeling, the mama would try to make a game with their like little snacks they brought onto the train right there. Their cornbread snacks and other snacks. It's just snacks. You know how you do. Whatever you bring to a snack on, drink on, and they play a little game called tell me something I don't know about you, right? And that's basically the game him and Talos started playing until then they got to the information they needed and let it all out, let all the emotions out, right? So at this point, it looks like Talos and Nick Fury are on the outs, on the ends. Are they going to work together again? Can they trust each other again? We'll find out next episode, obviously. And at this point, we see Talos calling up to speak to Gaia, and we still are unsure where Talos' real allegiances lie in this whole thing. Even by the end of episode 3, we can only see by the end of the episode, by the end of the series, I should say, if Talos really is for us or not, or really just trying to find a more peaceful solution. I think he is at this point, but I'll explain why more in the next video because I don't want to necessarily get into anything episode 3 here yet. And then finally, the last big thing I want to touch on about episode 2 is that we see Nick Fury getting into this SUV, and he's driving to this house. And before we see him get into this house, we see this woman Skrull basically like preparing her dinner. She's cutting up some veggies or something. Has like nice music on. It's a really nice house, and she's a full out Skrull appearance and just regular clothes, doing her dinner or whatever. And we see Nick Fury coming in, and we're like, okay, what is this? She have information or something? And if you notice, it's the same Skrull that was in the beginning of the episode when Gravik and Fury were introduced to each other. And Fury did the head touch with her that the Skrulls do as a sign of intimacy or closeness. And so we see Fury and this lady then talk. Now she's in human form, and they're talking, and she's like, oh, you forgot something, and he put on a wedding ring. So basically, Nick Fury had married a Skrull, and knowingly, I think, because it's basically the same lady Skrull from the beginning of the episode. If you notice the pattern of the birthmarks on the head of the Skrull version, it matched this lady before she turned. So basically, this is letting you know that maybe why Gravik has such a hatred more towards Fury than Talos and other people is because he believed Fury with such a belief that it seems like almost like this lady and Fury took him specifically under their wing because of his intelligence and what he went through before making it to Earth. Basically piloting a ship all by himself at 12 or however old he was, a child, and making it to Earth on his own. Fury obviously seen the potential of the talent of this young boy and must have really decided to want to bring him under his wing. And I'm feeling that's why kind of there's such a for Fury with them, with Gravik, more than even Talos and his own people want to still be friendly with the humans. That's my views of episode 2, though. Let me know what you think down below. The march to 300 subscribers still is on. Let's reach those numbers, baby. Because only together can we go straight to the moon, baby. And, let me know what you've been thinking of Secret Invasion. Oh, Rhodey. Rhodey was in this. Bro, Rhodey was an asshole. Okay? I almost totally forgot about Rhodey. Rhodey was an asshole in this. And there's no doubt he's a Skrull at this point. There's no doubt he's an asshole. Sorry, YouTube. Rhodey's been, how long is it? Because Rhodey was really, like belligerent to him and like happy that he got to tell him you suck and you're fired and stuff. So yeah, Rhodey has to at this point. Rhodey is going to probably be the big reveal on who this one of the Avenger Skrulls. So let me know if there's any other Skrull reveals that we haven't gotten to see. Let me know down below. And until next time, peace, Nookums.